Oklahoma, the Sooners sounding excited that there are more playmakers than a year ago, that there's competitive depth not seen, that the defense should be better, if not a whole lot better. Dusty, let's break down some areas where improvement is needed and talk about whether OU is in a position to make a big jump.
The expectation for the Sooners this year is to take a big step in the right direction for Brent Venables in year number 2. How do they do that? A couple of key points of emphasis. Offensively, improvement in the vertical passing attack. Last year, they missed on too many opportunities down the field. This is a running offense, but it's predicated on making defenses respect your vertical passing attack. And last year at times, they just didn't. This year in the fall camp, so far, Dylan Gabriel's been improved with the accuracy down the field. Jackson Arnold's got a cannon and puts the ball right where it needs to be vertically down the field. So the quarterback play has been improved, and the receivers have really answered the bell. Andrell Anthony, the Michigan transfer, excellent with speed and tracking the ball down the field. Nick Anderson, more consistent, looks much better, rounding into the player so many people think that he can. And if Jaden Gibson can continue to be consistent catching the ball, he's going to be a problem with his size. Defensively, the third down defense has got to be better. 88th in the country last year at getting off the field on third down. That's money down, and it's money down for a reason. You get off the field and get your offensive ball back, you give yourself more opportunities to win football games. It's about getting and affecting the quarterback. And with Deshaun McCullough really coming on the last week of fall camp, R. Mason Thomas having a great fall camp, and the true freshman getting bigger and looking better and out of Bawore. He'll be a sub-package player. That improvement with the pass rush alone will help this third down defense. If they're better vertically throwing it, better getting off the field on third down, it's going to be a better Sooners team in 2023.
Dusty, just a thought here. Can a team off a 7-loss season in a must-win season with the SEC 1 year away, can it afford to not play its most talented quarterback in certain situations? As I watch the no doubt team leader and starting quarterback Dylan Gabriel looking good in practice, all-world Jackson Arnold's upside is higher, up 13 pounds to a sturdy 216. He's picked things up quickly. He has limited weaknesses and looks to be able to do things that were flawed last season. I didn't know Dusty was going to talk about the vertical pass game, but that's one thought, explosive plays, and he's the best quarterback run threat on the team. Clearly, Gabriel deserves and is OU's QB1. But game deciders like Arnold are often irrepressible. In retrospect, Lincoln Riley was a genius when he sat Spencer Rattler for his freshman sensation, Caleb Williams, against Texas. Rattler had earned his starting status, but Riley pulled the trigger in crunch time. I'm not saying that. Maybe play them both. Maybe you just have a package or two in a game that Arnold gets in. I don't know, but I don't get paid millions to figure that out, John.
Not quite anyway.
Just a thought.
The Cowboys come into the season with a new defensive coordinator and scheme and look to flip their fortunes back to the way the first half of last season went. Here's Dusty with some points of emphasis for OSU.
Well, as fall camp wraps up in Stillwater this week, I had a chance to get up there and sit down with head coach Mike Gundy, and he likes this football team, as do I. And there's a couple of key points of emphasis that are really going to tell the tale how good this Cowboys team can be. And it all starts with running the football more effectively. It's been the biggest point of emphasis in Cowboys camp, and they've really dedicated more time and practicing different. No more Cowboy back. It's a tight end, it's fullback, and it's an offensive line that has been grinding. And best news of all, they've stayed healthy, something that this offensive line has been snake bitten the last couple of years. The standard for Mike Gundy, 4.5 yards a carry. They got to go over a yard per carry better than they were a season ago, and they can do it. But it'll be with a plethora of running backs. Ollie Gordon, Jaden Nixon, and Elijah Collins are all going to be in the fold. It'll be running back by committee. Nixon, Collins have been excellent so far here in fall camp. Defensively, it's about stopping the run. Last year, the Cowboys 101st in the country, giving up 4.68 yards a carry. That has to be better. And Brian Nardo comes in with this 3-3-5 defense, and they believe they're going to stop the run at a better clip. Xavier Benson's been great so far, flying around, big pop when he gets there. In the middle, Justin Kirkland, the new nose tackle, he's 355 plus. That's right, 355 plus, strong as an ox. You can't beat him. He sets the point in the middle of that new Cowboys defense. If they can run the ball more efficiently and stop the ball running the football at a higher clip, this Cowboys team is primed for an improved season in 2023.
Well, from what we've seen, it's pretty clear there's a lot of speed on that defense, and the players have talked quite a bit about the freedom they feel on that side of the ball to just go play. And offensively, as Dusty mentioned, there's been a big push to get more physical in the ground game. The Cowboys should be strong up the middle on defense. There's a lot of depth up front. You heard Dusty mention Kirkland, also Colin Clay at nose tackles. Played really well during fall camp. They have guys who can and should get after the quarterback as well. They'll need to put consistent pressure in the backfield. They won't always be in a three-down formation. Offensively, the Cowboys have been really good for several years when it comes to playmaking receivers. Brennan Presley is back again and should give defenses fits again. The rest of the group includes some transfers and newcomers, players like Dejon Stribling from Washington State. The ability to make contested catches has to be there to keep the offense going. Jaden Bray is healthy. Newcomer Leon Johnson has put on weight from the D3 level that he played at last year. Colin Shetron is healthy. Those are all bigger targets who could be difference makers. Well, the Golden Hurricane are first up. The season opener with Arkansas Pine Bluff just 11 days away at Chapman Stadium. They wrapped up camp with a Saturday scrimmage. After Friday's practice, head coach Kevin Wilson said he's pleased with the overall effort, the way the defense is coming along, but he says the receiving corps has some work to do.
They got to keep coming on. You know, Malachi's had an ankle injury. Some of the young guys, Marquise Shoulders, young guy, just, not playing. Devin Williams, just okay. Tempest has shown some flashes as a freshman, but that is a collective group that, again, it's going to be probably a little bit more by committee than I'd like, just because I don't know if anybody's emerging to the top.